Are you a filmmaker, producer, director?
My vision, my ideology into motion picture.
Actor? Screenplay writer? Are you an aspiring filmmaker looking to start a career in the movie industry? Do you want to see what happens behind the scenes when you're looking at those movies in your local cinema? Take 101 will take you on a journey of the filmmaking process from concept to reality, from idea to motion picture. Take 101 will bring you, the industry professionals, and take you through the A to Z of the filmmaking process.
Lucille Morgan on Take 101.
For the Nollywood industry, I think there are some basic things that need to be right. And from my point of view, we look at things like the cast, we look at the storyline, we look at the sound, we look at the picture quality. I think in any movie, these things must always be right. We don't actually plan it. We have five criteria we use, and two of us at the moment review the movies, but we are introducing what we call ghost reviewers, who people do not actually know, that will come to some of these movie sets, join us in the reviews, submit their reviews to us, and then we look at what they've written. But basically the criteria we use are those things I mentioned. We look at the sound quality, we look at the picture quality, we look at the storyline, we look at the cast, and then the overall performance, what we rate as the overall performance. What we look at in terms of the cast is how they're able to project the storyline that is written. And in terms of the storyline, we look at what are you actually trying to achieve? What story are you trying to tell? Have you been able to pass that message out to the people that are watching the movie? Well, I just started. I've always loved Nollywood movies, so I got involved in one of the Nollywood movies. It wasn't shot in Odeon, but the CEO of Talk Entertainment, Moses, was involved in that one. And I think that was Last Flight to Abuja. That was one of the first movies that actually helped them, do the setting and everything.
Aboard Flamingo Airways flight 212 to Abuja.
120 knots. 130 knots.
Flamingo flight 212, you are clear for 340, Roger.
I want the same amount from you, or else this babe will finish you.
You seem to value this your demanding job more than us.
But if I miss this flight and come back, then I'll know what to do to you.
I'm Detective Superintendent Akafo.
This is Flamingo Airline Flight 212. We have an emergency.
Please.
Lauren Peter, and this is Take 101. So what parts of the character did you see in your own personality?
I think he's a little bit of a character. He's a bit of a flirt sometimes, and he's
you dog, you.
Yeah. Well, I used to. I'm not so bad now. I'm not really like that all the time, but
We're a former couple,
And we meet now after 3 years, and it's kind of awkward because there's a lot that we want to say to each other from my behalf, him as well. There's things that I want to tell him that I know I shouldn't. I know that I've got a kid of his, which he doesn't know about, so it's kind of a bit, iffy, and then he just leaves and we get a bit cross.
Our aim is not to bring down the movies at all, because we know what it takes to make a movie, even if it's a low budget movie. But what we're trying to do is, no matter how much you spend on a movie, even if it's a movie, there should be some form of excellence. So what we expect is at least there's some form of research before a movie is done. And some movies have blown us out. I mean, we just watch movies and we are just wow. And then some movies have just been, my goodness, what are these people thinking about? But I was happy that there was a movie we reviewed recently, and the director, he was the producer, he was everything. He came to us and said, the next one we're working on, I will give you the script, which shows me that he took our review and criticism as positive things towards his next, and that is exactly what we aim to achieve. Well, it's up to them, because at the end of the day, we get anonymous phone calls. What I've discovered is that people are so lazy, that they like hiding behind the mask. They will not actually write what they think on our review sites, but they keep phoning me and saying, thank you. There was a particular person I said, I don't think he's quite ready for the Nollywood industry at the moment. And I got numerous phone calls. Nobody will write it on our website saying thank you, but at the same time, people are reading what you're saying. They are actually, whether they comment or not, I know people are reading it. I can trace it from the amount of hits we have on the website. People actually are reading what you're saying. Whether they agree with you is a different thing, but I think I would prefer a situation where people actually come out and say, why did you give this score? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? So that if we were wrong, we might actually go back and review. You cannot be right all the time. Sometimes you might be wrong, and it will only help us if people are able to be bold enough to tell us what they think. I might not be a producer, I may not be a director, but I believe the amount of years of experience I have, having followed Nollywood even before Nollywood became Nollywood, I've met a lot of Nollywood old-time actors that in this age, people might not even recognize today.
We have some that are not so happy about it because they believe that they are the best producer ever. Nobody is the best producer ever. Everybody learns. They learn every day, you see. And I mean, they come across like, so who made you a critic? How qualified are you to be a critic? I don't need a qualification to be a critic. What I need is passion. If I have a qualification, I'll be looking for more technical things. But for passion, it comes from the soul. And I'm able to put it out from the soul to say, okay, this is the problem with the movie. This is what needs to be done. This is the changes that needs to be done. Some of them don't like it. They come across, they're being so difficult. We've had one movie that we reviewed recently that we've advised one of the cast that they need to gain more experience. That actually turned into a melodramatic moment. And we started getting phone calls. Everybody was happy that we actually did that, because sometimes we realize that in the industries, because people don't want to offend each other, they don't tell each other the truth. When they see someone that, okay, you're not doing right, they won't come out and tell the person that what you're doing, you're not doing it right, you're not getting it right. They still go right ahead and cast the person. But we as a critic, we need to come out and say that, hold up. You need there is room for improvement. You need to improve. You need to gain more experience. Some people don't like it. They don't like it when people tell them the truth. and then they will come out like they've got like experience, like years of experience. Years of experience doesn't mean you've got that experience in this particular industry. You might have experience in another industry, but every industry's got competitions, you understand? They've got their standard. Do have some producers that actually do, appreciate our feedback because it helps them develop more. It helps them to improve in what they do produce out. And basically, when they have a movie out, they just said, okay, we're premiering this movie. Can you come and review this movie for us? And then that's it. We come out and then do it and review it and put it on our blog. Last movie that we reviewed was 18 Karat Mama. What I loved about the movie was the message behind it, and as a woman, I know we ignore a whole lot of things, and it was a medical message there, and it was really, really important for people to know that they need to get themselves checked out. The title of the movie doesn't even reflect to what the message in the movie, because when you hear the title, you think, oh yeah, it's about blame. But it was not about blame. It was about cervical cancer.
Krista, I can't visit you anymore. Man, Didi, wrong package. Is that what I asked you to bring?
Package, not package.
Oh, we don't have any secrets. We're friends.
Mom, please don't go.
One of the things about movie that really moves me, if I can get a message out of the movie, you know. And it was so great. And it was the same movie that we had someone that we had to give advice to on what to do. But I just love the message that came out from it.
As you may already know, making a film's not rocket science. All it takes is courage and enthusiasm.